Hello, and a very warm welcome back to my listeners. This is your host Sharmishta back with episode 3 of The Strange Murders. It was a day later. Kiriti was relaxing over a cup of morning tea when his phone rang. It was Advocate Shomi Roy. Kiriti Babu, there are a few more things I need to tell you about Norin. Can I come and visit you? Of course, Mr. Roy. How about an hour from now? An hour later, the advocate was seated before Kiriti. Kiriti Babu, I was just thinking. In spite of all the revelry and apparent joy in Norin's life, something was not right. Apparent joy? Yes, as I told you yesterday, life was one big party for Norin. Going out every evening, visiting friends. You mean old friends, Shomir Babu? No, he had made new friends. The clubs of Calcutta, where you get to meet new people every other day. Parties at his residence. Yet, in spite of all this, he seemed restless. By restless, you mean? I don't know how to explain it, but although he had told me when he came here that he just wanted to relax and take it easy, I never saw that calmness in him. He seemed to be having a shadow of worry on his face. He used to jump at the slightest sound. Really? Didn't you ask him why? Yes, Mr. Rai, I did. He brushed it off initially, but I amn't the person to let go so easily. I kept asking till one day he told me something very strange. He said, "The treasures of a king, so many kings don't possess that." What kind of a strange sentence is that? Exactly, Mr. Rai. Norin then said, "I will tell you one day, Shomir, tell you the whole story. You know the Emperor Shah Jahan's peacock throne. It was passed on so many times down the ages. So many kings had the privilege of being seated on it. And then he suddenly looked at his watch, mumbled a hurried good night, and rushed out. Shah Jahan's peacock throne. What was Norin Mullik trying to tell you? I wish I knew, Kiriti Babu. Then, 2 days after this conversation at my place, a thief broke into his house. But strangely, nothing was stolen. Norin was friends with that area's officer in charge. He put up police patrol at Norin's house. After that, everything was fine. And then after a month or so, that too was removed because nothing untoward had occurred. At that time, I had to go out of town for 3 months. During that time, I had no contact with Norin. The day I returned, he came over to invite me. 2 days later was Norin's birthday. There was to be a celebration at his place. And that day, I saw the old enthusiasm and joy on his face. His energy seemed to be back. I had been delighted. And on his birthday night, he was murdered. This is indeed very interesting, Shomir Babu. By the way, have you heard of a lady who used to frequent his house? The servants and the driver have all mentioned about an attractive young lady in their statements to the police. I wondered whether you... I know. I had heard so too. Not from Norin, of course, but the social circles of Calcutta was buzzing with this piece of news, that he was real good friends with a young lady. They were often seen together. He used to visit her house too. I see. Interesting. Yes, interesting indeed. Norin was around 50 years old, and this lady, I heard, was half his age. Well, Mr. Rai, that is in itself a little... Yes, I get what you mean. A gold digger, maybe? I don't know. It's just that I had seen him happy, so I thought maybe the relationship was fulfilling enough. Mr. Roy, this lady, where does she stay? That Nondu would know. He used to drop Norin at her place, so... Good. Then we must meet this lady as soon as possible. A mysterious lady who could be the link to the murder. Who is she? Let's find out as I return soon with the next episode. Till then,